And what was a surprising year for South Dakota, supposed to be a rebuilding campaign for the Coyotes, ended up being a special one as they were able to get to the playoffs and make some hay this season. We saw them nearly upset Kansas in week 1, losing 17-14. Then they got hot. They upset North Dakota on October the 9th, winning 20-13, upsetting number 13 North Dakota. Then the following week, they upset number 16 Northern Iowa, beating them 34-21. It kind of set the table for this, how the season was going to go. Then the big game, November the 13th, against South Dakota State, the number 7 team in the country. They upset them on the last play of the game with a Hail Mary and ended up winning that ball game 23-20. To me, that was a game that got them into the playoffs, and they were playing some really good football throughout the course of the season. Yes, they took a loss last week to Southern Illinois, but all was not lost out there in Vermilion, South Dakota, which tells you that this is a program that's going to be on the rise. Now, one of their seniors that's going to be leaving the program in DeJaun Cooper had a tremendous season transferring in from Monmouth. And we're now joined here with DeJaun Cooper, linebacker from South Dakota. DeJaun, I appreciate you taking time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me.
Well, you're fresh off your last season in college football at the University of South Dakota. For those that may not know, you started your career at Monmouth, had a fantastic career with the Hawks. But now that you're on this side, you finished with South Dakota. What has this journey been like for you throughout your college career?
Honestly, the journey's been up and down, really. So, you have the good things, you have the bad things, and that's all a part of it. You know what I mean? So, don't get me wrong. Being at Monmouth, they made me a better player. They made me a better man. But as time went on, I just decided to, take something to the next step and wanted to play in something different and a better conference. So, the Missouri Valley was felt like something that somewhere where I needed to play in. And you got teams the top teams are still playing right now in the FCS playoffs. And so I just decided to come to South Dakota and showcase what I could do more. And I played a different position. So I played rush backer more. And I was able to get to the quarterback and disrupt the passer and stuff like that and things like that. So so I was able to do a lot of things in my college career that I'm happy about.
It's funny because you're from Maryland, so going to Monmouth makes sense. Jersey, Maryland's right there. Right. But you end up going to South Dakota. What was so special about that place that you decided to finish your career there?
So entering the portal was hectic, So Monmouth and South Dakota, they were very special places to me. You know what I'm saying? You got the Dome, the Coyote Crazy fans, and all the things. And they both gave me an opportunity that I couldn't take for granted. You know what I mean? So I was fortunate to play with these teams, and it's crazy because I played in so my 5 years I played in 5 straight conference championship games. So you know what I'm saying? They were implicated for conference championship games and the playoffs and all those good things. But just being a part of that is just special to me, and I'm just happy to be to say I was able to do that. You know what I mean?
Now I'll be remiss if I didn't ask you about the Hail Mary. Walk me through your emotions when that play happened on the field.
All right, so I'm about to give you the details, the rundown on how that whole thing happened and what was going down on the sideline. So obviously I'm from Maryland, and I never played against South Dakota State, and I've always seen them on TV and FCS playoffs and those big games. I've wanted to be a part of those games. So I see my coach in the morning, I'm like, Coach, it's time, you know what I'm saying? Finally get to see him. So yep, let's do it, blah, blah, blah. Know your assignment, know your this and that. So we get to the field, game starts, and then it's just a battle the whole game, So the crowd is crazy. It's 10,000 people there, maybe just a little less than that, 9,000 or something. The dome is packed. And it's senior day. So it's just electric. It was just amazing. And then obviously when the Hail Mary happened, the whole situation was crazy because we were able to get the ball back with 1 second left. And we're just all right, let's see what happens. So Offense comes on the field and they do their thing. Offensive line blocks. Carson rolls out. Jay Webb gets open and the back, and the ball gets tipped up a couple times. So I stood up before the play. I stood up on the bench before the play. Like, you could even see me on the ESPN in the back of the thing. So, so like I have my hands on the hip, just following the ball. And then we win. We get the ball, end zone, catch it, confirm as a touchdown, and then we just stormed the field as a team. Like, it was electric. It was crazy.
That's awesome stuff, man. And that's what college football is all about. You brought up your ability to rush now when you're at South Dakota. And I find that even going back to your time at Monmouth, when you blitz or when you're asked to pressure, you have a plan, and you're doing it with the purpose. What goes into blitzing and rushing with the plan and with the purpose?
So to me, I have some friends that I talk to about like pass rush and like obviously my coaches and like things like that. How do I get better? How do I get past this offensive lineman? Like, what do I do when he does this, like hand cleanups and like all those good things? And like just rushing the passer, like you really want to like key the ball and like you by the time of the game, like the cadence of the quarterback, how the game is going. And then it's just time, you know what I'm saying? Usually it's on third downs or something like that where you really have to rush the passer and like, it's going to be obvious pass down. And then the offensive line is looking at you, you're looking at him. You guys are ready to battle, see who wins. So you get to the quarterback, it's a good feeling, you know what I mean? So like in my film, when I get to the quarterback, I'm excited because it shows my hard work that, you know what I'm saying, that we put in all season. And so I'm excited. Like, I'm excited.
Yeah, and listen, you're a strong point of attack player too. So it's not like one of these guys that just rush the passer and that's all you can do. You play the run well. You're at the point of attack, doing what you're supposed to do there and making plays. Where have you seen, because you're doing so much, where have you seen the biggest growth within your game throughout your career?
So like I was able to come in as a true freshman and play. So like that was really big to me. And like that was a part of one of my goals that like I set to do. And like I was able to finish 5th in the team in like tackles or something like that, top 5, and that's all good and thing. And like I was able to get that experience right then and there. And like the leadership that Monmouth had that year, 2017, it was amazing. Like we had Mike Basil, Agbai Roja, and those are guys that was in my position group or that was on my side of the field on defense. And like those guys just like took the young guys under their wing. And like ever since then, like I just decided I tried to like do what they did. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it was studying film, like doing all those things and like just attacking the day differently and just trying to be a positive impact, be a positive impact and be a positive teammate to your team. And that's pretty much it really. So what was the second part of that question? I don't know if I answered that.
Oh, it was just about, where have you seen the biggest growth in your game?
Okay. So the biggest growth I would say is just like overcoming adversity and like just like as time gets older, as time gets like, you know what I'm saying, like time goes on, you just like know the game more and like it just flows differently and like it just kind of slows down and like you're able to like ask those questions that you weren't able to ask and like you see formations that you weren't able to see and like plays develop and so I just like think you know what I'm saying, just like attacking it differently and like seeing the game differently, like, and then that just like grow, like that just made me grow as a player and as a man, and you know what I'm saying. I just wanted to be that person.
A lot of folks when you're playing ball, you kind of. I remember, I'm a running back, so I remember growing up, it was like, I see what Herschel Walker does, or I see what Emmitt Smith does. I kind of want to add some of that to mine. Marshall Faulk, growing up, was one that I used to watch a lot of when he was at San Diego State, and but for a linebacker, it's unique, especially nowadays. So I wanted to ask, who are some of the guys that you're watching at your position to try to take pieces of their game and add them into yours?
Okay, so like I said, like I talk to a lot of people like that, like are like my position, or that like people that like that motivate me, or like that want the best, that see the best interest in me. And like I got my friend Josh Uche, he plays for the Patriots. Like I'm actually planning to go work out with him soon, and he's a good player, and he gets to the quarterback and like he plays with that like passion, and like also Micah Parsons, like he's a Cowboy. I'm a Cowboys fan, so like I got my towel right there, Cowboy. I got my jersey somewhere around here, probably hanging up or something. Micah Parsons, he does a lot as a linebacker. You can see him on the ball. You see him in pass coverage, like intercepting the ball, like just like playing with that passion, and like those two guys are really good. Trying to think of one more. Darius Leonard. Darius Leonard is a great player. What's it called? He's an FCS guy, so like I like those FCS guys because like you kind of like see yourself in them, like in their shoes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So and he's successful in the league and he makes an impact every play. And those three guys are people I like look up to, like that I like. Model my game after. I want to kind of be like and take things off their thing.
It's funny, interesting that you picked those three, because when you look at those three individually, you see of what you do within their game as well, how athletic you are, how passionate you are when you're rushing the passer. You see that both in Parsons and Uche, how you are able to maintain the line of scrimmage and play well versus the run. You see that with you and Leonard. So you do a lot of those things, and those are some good guys that you can emulate as we spin things forward. So, DeJaun, listen, man, it's been fun to catch up with you. I know this is just the start of the draft process, so we'll be in contact even more so, and definitely wish you the best of luck moving forward, and wanted to say congratulations on a fantastic collegiate career.
I appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you a lot. Appreciate you having me.